Well, good morning. I picked up this Evinrude to the yard sale. Kind of like it's kind of rough, but I was going to look and see if it was something that could be salvaged. So we'll take a look at it one step at a time and see how it goes. You heard it. Alright, well, first step, we'll take and pull the cover off here. You heard, time to go to work. So anyhow, let's see what we got. Looks like we got some sort of nest right there, so let's go ahead and get rid of that. Hope nobody's home. Looks like they've left. Just from the assessment of just kind of looking at it, I can see right now these coils has got some chips in them right here. This one's got a hairline crack, so most likely 2 new coils. If the big question is what the compression's like. I mean, for me, if the compression's good, the rest of it isn't that big a deal. So let's see if what we got. Let's see. Huh? It's not locked up. I don't know how much compression this would have, so I don't know. Let's pull the plugs, put a compression test on it, and see what it does. Not too bad. Alright, let's turn it over and do a little compression test on the top cylinder. I went ahead and I put a little oil and everything in both sides, so that would kind of help, I think. I didn't want to run it dry. But the recoil, the spring's loose, so I'm going to go ahead and spin it with my drill a little bit. So let's just give it a quick. About 91. Let's see what the bottom cylinder's got. See. You know, the first time I said 91, it was at the first mark, so that would be 95. And this in here is 100. So, one's 95, the other's 100. See if these spark plugs spark. I would be surprised if they do. Alright, let's see if them spark plugs spark. Let me give it a little shot. Yum. I ain't gonna hold that with my hand. Well, okay, my yard sale motor. I'll give you my assessment so far. And These has got some hairline cracks in them. They're sparking excellent right now. I mean, a very strong spark. If you had it out on the water, you probably want to replace these, because if they get a little moisture in them, they're going to short out. You might be able to seal them with something, but I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that. So anyhow, next thing is I see the compression on it. The top spark plug is 95. The bottom spark plug is, or the bottom cylinder is 100. I don't know what the ratio is on this. I'll have to look it up. I was expecting more in the 120 range, but I'll have to see what it is for this engine. Like I said, I got this at a yard sale. It was for $1, so I picked it up. I do see it's got some issues. I was thinking to see whether or not it would be worth fixing. I do see the top spark plug has got, it looks, it's almost stripped out. I mean, so I would have to find another head for it. But, it's got some other issues on it. But what I'm thinking is, we'll go ahead and we'll go through it. We're going to call this part 1, and we'll see how it does. You know, from other captains I've talked to, they've told me an outboard engine is good for 1,000 hours, and that's what they calculated at, and then considered wore out. So if you figure out your average use for the whole, you know, the average person, 1,000 hours is a long time. I know that captains that use them for offshore charters and chartering for use outboard engines, they use one engine one day and one the others that keep the hours down. They're putting a true, you know, 7-8 hours a day on them. They'll run both of them going out to the out in the ocean, and then once they get out there, when they're trolling and whatnot, they'll switch. They'll troll with one day and then troll with the other the next day. They try to keep that 1,000 hours down, and they do get rid of them after 1,000 hours is on it. So I kind of figured that out one time, figured out how much the average homeowner or boat owner would have to use his boat and on the weekends or whatever to, and if you think about it, 1,000 hours is a really long time for the average person. So when a lot of times when you find boat motors, the issues with them is neglect. It's not wore out. So I'm going to go through this. We're going to see how the cylinder walls, we'll pull the head off of it. We'll see what the cylinder walls look like and everything, and we'll see if this was a good deal or I just turned some more money from cash into trash. So keep watching. Watch for video 2 on the 9.9 Evinrude. Also subscribe and hit that thumbs up button, and if you want to, check out my Patreon channel. Thank you.